Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're diving into a controversial and eye-opening topic, the most corrupt leaders in the world, as ranked by the Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project, or OCCRP, for 2024. This annual ranking exposes global leaders whose corruption and abuse of power have caused widespread suffering. Let's break down the top 3 leaders and why they earned their infamous spots on this list. At number 1 is Bashar al-Assad, the ousted president of Syria. Assad's rule, which began in 2000 after his father's death, has left a legacy of unimaginable destruction and corruption. Initially presenting himself as a reformer, Assad quickly reverted to authoritarian practices. His leadership saw the brutal suppression of the 2011 Syrian uprising, a key moment of the Arab Spring, escalating into a devastating civil war. Under Assad, Syria became a narco-state. His regime financed itself through the production and distribution of Captagon, an addictive street drug that generated billions of dollars. This drug trade didn't just destabilize Syria, it spilled into neighboring countries, spreading corruption and violence across the region. Beyond the drug trade, Assad's government engaged in human rights abuses that defy comprehension: mass detentions, the use of chemical weapons, torture, and the targeting of civilians. Even after his ouster, the damage Assad caused continues to haunt Syria and its neighbors. He fled to Russia with billions in looted wealth, leaving behind a country in ruins and a grim legacy that will take decades to repair. In second place is William Ruto, the current president of Kenya. Although he didn't win the OCCRP's Corrupt Person of the Year title, an unprecedented number of people, over 40,000, nominated him, signaling massive public outrage. Ruto's government has been accused of greed and corruption that have undermined Kenya's economy and social systems. From health to education, his administration's failures have fueled instability and despair. Last year, Kenya saw massive protests, sparked by a contentious finance bill involving tax hikes. These demonstrations evolved into a wider movement against his government, with demands for an end to economic hardships, rampant corruption, and Ruto's resignation. The response from Ruto's administration was severe. Security forces used tear gas, water cannons, and even live ammunition to suppress protests, leading to injuries, deaths, and disappearances. Critics have accused Ruto of prioritizing personal luxury over public welfare. For example, within the first 6 months of his presidency, he reportedly spent over $1 million on receptions and hospitality, all while ordinary Kenyans struggled to make ends meet. Ruto's frequent luxurious foreign trips have earned him the nickname Africa's Fly President, further cementing his reputation as a leader disconnected from his people's struggles. Rounding out the top 3 is Bola Tinubu, the president of Nigeria. Tinubu's tenure has been marred by allegations of corruption, poor governance, and controversial economic reforms. One of the most contentious moves of his administration was the removal of a decades-long fuel subsidy. While Tinubu claimed this would stabilize the economy, it led to skyrocketing inflation, fuel scarcity, and widespread hardship for ordinary Nigerians. Tinubu's reputation has been further tarnished by allegations of past drug trafficking in the United States and accusations of certificate forgery during his election campaign. His government has also been criticized for prioritizing personal wealth over national welfare, with reports of him amassing enormous wealth for himself and his family. Like Ruto, Tinubu has been dubbed a fly president, jetting off on luxurious foreign trips while Nigerians face mounting economic and social challenges. His administration's actions have sparked protests, with youth demanding better governance and accountability. These leaders, Assad, Ruto, and Tinubu, are prime examples of how corruption and abuse of power can devastate entire nations. From drug empires and stolen wealth to economic policies that crush ordinary citizens, their actions have left deep scars on their countries and beyond. Corruption is not just about greed, it's about the human cost. It's about lives lost, opportunities stolen, and futures destroyed. As we reflect on these stories, it's clear that the fight against corruption is far from over. Do you think there are more corrupt leaders out there than these 3? Put them in the comments section. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dives into critical global issues.